a revolution is officially beginning in the Walking Dead universe. And deep within the CRM is the perfect man to lead it. So this is my video for The Walking Dead World Beyond episode 9 and 10, the season 1 finale. I'm going to break these two episodes down and review them, and also talk about what's going to come in season 2. Now, after these two episodes, it's going to be vastly different. A completely different show. Because it's going to be all in on setting up the first Rick Grimes movie. I was surprised at how much these two episodes set up what's going to happen in the Rick movies and what the second season's really going to do. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe so that you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead and the first to see my videos. And make sure you join my official Discord. Not only were episodes 9 and 10 the best of World Beyond so far, but these episodes were really, really good. It was all rounded up incredibly. Now, we didn't see Rick Grimes, we didn't hear anything about him. However, with how this ended, we will inevitably see something to do with Rick Grimes in season 2. Episode 9 introduced us to Felix's boyfriend, Will. We only saw him in the flashback scenes. However, in episode 10, Felix sees a group of hooded people, and one walks towards him and takes his hood down, and it's Will. These are people that live unacknowledged by the CRM. They live in the shadows. Now, the fact that Will is even there when he went with Iris and Hope's dad to the CRM means we're looking at the survivors of the CRM. These are people that have escaped. That doesn't necessarily mean they've been within the CRM and have escaped it, but more like, for example, any survivors of the Omaha community. Felix and the group don't even know about that. At the end it was revealed Huck didn't even know about that, and she was in on the mission. And talking of Huck, in the introduction of episode 9, we did get the impression that she was some completely different character, but apart from that, she did actually show signs of remorse. And when she did get the hint that the Omaha community had been all slaughtered, there was a slight sign of remorse there too, but apart from that, she just seems like the Huck we knew. But talking of this delusion of the greater good, and the stuff that she did throughout these episodes to get these kids to go her way, it was twisted. And when we found out it wasn't the fence that cut Felix's leg, it was her. It just shows you the lengths she went to pull the strings without us knowing a thing. Felix was amazing these two episodes, and when he fought Huck, that was one of the best scenes in the whole finale. That's what this finale did. It made you love every single one of these characters, even the returning Percy. When we first met Tony and Percy, I wasn't keen on them at all. But just like the dumb persona we thought Huck was, the reason it felt like a Disney show when Percy and Tony were on screen is because of what happened to them after, and what happened to Tony is actually tragic. Do you remember me saying how weird it was that Tony and Percy were able to take a van from under the CRM, be so close to them and live to tell the story? Well, Tony didn't live to tell the story because he got way too close to Huck, and Huck killed him just as some kind of decoy and just to get them out of the way. And Percy survived, and that's how Elton found him and found out about Huck. Percy and Elton had some great scenes. The scenes of Elton imagining Percy was talking to him as he was carrying his unconscious body. That's something so great and authentic to Elton's character, the way that he could sit down with this imaginary version of Percy and slow down time, literally seeing Elton think. So Percy is actually a pretty likeable character, and a pretty good one. Now that Disney show vibe is gone, and you just feel really bad for him, because what happened to his uncle Tony is actually really sad, and we've now got yet another character with more reason to hate the CRM, and with what Huck did to him, I don't think that's going to go unanswered. Even if before Silas left he said to Percy, "Don't become a monster," So let's get on to Silas. Once Silas found out that it wasn't him that killed Tony, he was a completely different character in a good way. Silas turns himself into the CRM soldiers at the end, so that Elton and Percy can escape. Now, the reason the CRM soldiers were even out there is because Elizabeth has sent them out to capture all of the survivors that were out there that were with Huck and Hope. So Elizabeth does want to kill Silas, and she's got him now, so it's unclear what's going to happen with him. I don't believe he'll die straight away, but it was almost his last words to Elton and Percy when he went. They'll likely try and get information out of Silas, but it's not looking good because Elizabeth just wants him dead. He means nothing to her. He's just a kid that knows too much. And it's revealed this episode that the reason Elizabeth wants Hope is because her dad said she's clever. That's right, Elizabeth wanted Hope because her doctor dad said she was different. In other words, if you're dumb, the CRM don't want you. I don't really know why Rick Grimes has been there for so long, because he's the sort of person that would have a flip phone now. Now, obviously with Rick it's completely different. He's been handed over to the soldier side of the CRM, whereas in this case, Elizabeth has specifically called out for Hope because her dad, being a doctor, said she was special when she was younger. He watched her put together a computer at a very young age. And Elizabeth is trying to fill the CRM up with clever people that could potentially be scientists, which would potentially make a cure. Now, Elizabeth didn't want Iris, even though we see she did actually help Hope make this computer, and it was suggested she is as clever and as special as Hope. So I think there's going to be potential where Elizabeth asks Iris to come too, but she won't want to, and then there'll be a rival between Iris and Hope. Hope will likely enjoy her luxurious life at this place and be brainwashed, but Iris will want to get her back. Now, the scientist we saw in the CRM end credit scenes, known as Dr. Lila Belshaw, was seen in episode 10 talking through the experiment window to Dr. Bennett. So it's still unclear if he's alive or not, but the way she was talking, it was like he's a walker and she's trying to talk to it. There's obviously a select number of scientists in the CRM that believe there's more to walkers, that there's ways of getting through to them, of getting answers from them. This season as a whole was really good at showing us how relentless the CRM are. The Civic Republic kill innocent people and they take lives like it's nothing. And that's why a revolution is coming. Season 2 will lead us into the Rick Grimes movies, and Rick Grimes will be the end to the CRM. He would have had to been through a lot to get out of the CRM in the first place, but I think he's going to lead this revolution. You might have noticed at the end of episode 10 when Felix ran into this group, how small it was. You can't start revolution against more than 200,000 people with this small of a group. Well, luckily for everyone else, Michonne ran into an army at the end of her final episode. The Walking Dead has just introduced the Commonwealth, and the cast of Fear the Walking Dead is looking just fine. All of this led by Rick Grimes against the CRM. This won't just be a revolution, it's gonna be a war. And World Beyond has just led us to the very beginning of that. We're seeing the start, the uprising of everyone else and the overthrow of the CRM. So essentially what this season of World Beyond has done, its purpose was to bring Hope and Huck to the CRM and to find out why Elizabeth wants her. It was to get Felix to meet this new group that want to overthrow the CRM, someone to work with, of course along with Iris, Elton and Percy. And then it was to get Silas to go to the CRM, but in a worse manner. He won't be living luxuriously with Hope. She just wants him and the rest of them dead. But after this whole season, we're left with a perfect segue into season 2, which will then lead us into the first Rick Grimes movie. And so overall, minus a few Disney show moments, this show and this season has been really good. I really liked how it's all turned out, and I think the way this season has ended was perfect. But I want to know what you think. What do you think of this season? Did you think all of it was just one big Disney movie, or are you happy with what it set up? Let me know what you think down below. I mean, in season 2 we are going to see stuff from Rick Grimes, and that's guaranteed, whether it's just a mention of the word Grimes, a picture of him, or even the mention of a prisoner that keeps tilting his head, mumbling, and getting really angry. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you press the like button. It will help me out and we'll get this video seen by more people. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you check out my other videos. Check out my official trailer breakdown for The Walking Dead 10C. It's a brand new trailer that shows so much of what we're going to see in these 6 extra Season 10 episodes coming in February. Check out my latest one to see how Madison Clark is still alive and will return in Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead and the first to see my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.